Yo, what is up, guys? This is Daniel with the Yugioh Pulse Gang. So, a little while back, I have released a pure Melffy build back before the Tri-Brigades existed, and I kind of wanted to get back at this with a updated list. And I've been playtesting this deck for a long time, like even basically when you can only test online for OCG only. I've been playing this. Like, I love this deck. It's really fun, and I've been waiting on the brigades to come out for a while. But after all that testing, I think I've got where I want to go, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into it for you guys and let you see what you think. So we're going to start this off with 3 Melffy Puppy. It's a engine starter and a way to start interrupting your opponent on their turn. So all the Melffy share a common effect of if you would normal or special or try to attack a Melffy card, they return to your hand and then they gain effects. This effect that it gains would be that it could special a beast from your deck, and then that's how you start turning on interruptions during your opponent's turn. And then we're going to go with 3 Cat. It shares the same effect of when your opponent would normal, special, or try to battle this card, it gains an effect also. This one lets you add beast type cards, and unlike Puppy, it's not a level restricted card to level 2, so I can just add any beast that I wish from my deck. I can either grab an engine starter like Rescue Cat if I didn't open it already, or I can grab one of my favorite cards, which is Alpha, and then that sets me up for following plays. But this card is really nice. These are your best Melffys. Then we're going to go into the Tri-Brigade engine, the staple through a fractal. This card is amazing. It just helps you start looping some plays, and it gets you. It makes the deck pretty consistent, because if you open this in Tinky, it helps you really dodge Ash Blossom from your opponents. So we'll keep going. This is Nerval. I play 2 of this. I know a lot of people play 1. I think 2 is correct. I know the standard opinion is a 3-2-1 package, but in this deck I think that 2 Nerval is correct, because if you open the Nerval, you really need a way to discard it, or you can't really do the play that you want to do in this deck. So I'm going to play 2 of, and there is times that I really wish I could resolve a second Nerval in the duel, because it would really help me. And like I said, 2 of Karis. This card is kind of one of the cards that this deck needed, to be honest. It discards any wing beast or beast, and you can summon this card for free and banish any number of those types of monsters through special link, and they all get around link requirements for the most part, since they special at types and not really worry about the materials of the type. Alright, and then now we're going to go into our best normal summon in this deck, which is Rescue Cat. This basically gets you everything that you don't already have in hand. This starts your plays, or this gives you win more cards, which are pretty nice in this deck. We're going to go with 2 of Calantosa. You're going to loop this card 2 or 3 times in a duel, because this is when it's special summoned by a beast, which is, you know, basically your whole deck. It doesn't matter where from, hand, field, grave, or deck. As long as it's special by a beast, you get to target a card on the field and pop it. And I have popped quite a few cards in my day with this. This is fun. It's a really fun card to resolve. And then the card that you're going to go along with Calantosa. So the play is, if you can set up Melffy, Puppy, and Cat, then you have a pop, and then you add this off of your Cat, and then you can make Herald on your opponent's turn. It's really fun. So it's there to help disrupt on your opponent's turn. This card is only here for a combo with Tinky, so this card helps me make a play that quite a few people I've not really seen any other Melffy players be playing right now, with Tinky and Buffalo. So it's really fun. I play the 2 of Alpha and 1 of Pink. This is your going second cards. These are 1 card outs to Dragoon in the deck, and it's searchable with Cat, so it really helps. And then Pankratops, there's a couple of cute plays with this that you can do with cards in the extra deck, and if you just see it, it's more disruption. So Pank is Pank, you know, it's always good. We're gonna go into my hand trap lineup, which I think that these are the correct hand traps for this format, since, you know, it's quite a bit more back row. There's a bunch of graveyard effects and so we're gonna go into it. I play the 3 of Ash because it hits everything. Ash is Ash. He doesn't need any explanation. Lancia, I play 3 of Lancia because of Virtual World, Eldritch, there's a bunch of things that need to start their plays with the graveyard, and so this helps buy you a turn to get into your turn. I play the 3 of Crow. I love this card. It hits Golden Boys. It snipes Virtual World pieces. It hits everything. It helps. It snipes Drytron cards now. So I think this card is a must-have. Either, like, if you don't main it, it needs to at least be in your side. But I think you need access to DD Crow. Absolutely. We're gonna go into that's the monster lineup. We're gonna go into the spell and trap lineup, which is not very big, but it is what it is, and it's the cards that you need. This is Melffy Tag and Seek. These are searchable off of your Melffy of the Forest, but this is a extender. You can target a Melffy in your grave, summon it, and it has its effects too, with no restrictions. Hide and Seek. This helps you quite a bit. Dodge ways to get popped. Like it does come up to where your opponent has to answer this before they can start popping your cards. Like this helps me quite a bit with the Eldritch matchup. I get that Golden Boy can send, but the back row, they do have ways to pop and stuff, and a lot of decks and it helps you deal with cards like Tribrigade and other things. So it does help, and it does recur. So you can add back 3 beast monsters to your deck and draw a card. So it's like a mini Heritage Draco card. So it's really good. It has its uses for sure. It's a good one of. 3 of Tinky. This card's a 1-card starter now. This card, if you open Tinky, you have Apollosa with on 3 materials and on your 4th summon, so you can dodge Nibiru in this deck as long as you see Tinky, and that's why you play Buffalo. And then we do 2 droplets. These can be Forbidden Chalice if you do not have access to droplet, but you definitely need a way. You need a card that you can either, in a Calamities format, you need more cards that can respond during the draw phase and standby phase, in case you can't get to your main phase. And if you open it going first, then it's a really good card that can be set. So it's just super versatile. Everyone knows that droplet's expensive for a reason. So, and then the last stuff, I do play the 1 of Call by the Grave. It does help. Like, I still think you need it, even though it's at 1. Ensuring your plays does help. So when you do see it, you plus, and if you see it later, it's still good in this format, even if you don't open it, because like I said, the graveyard is so relevant right now that it's good. You can see this turn 2, turn 3, still get value out of it, even if you don't see it for the optimal like hand trap dodge. But that is the main deck. We are going to move on into our extra deck. And there's some pretty fun plays in here, but for the Melffy parts, we just do the 1 of Forest and 1 of Melffy Joyous, because you don't really need more than 1 of these in this deck, because you do play the searchable recurrent card, so you can add back this card at any time you need. So you have multiple ways to add this back, so you don't really have to play more than 1, and you won't really make more than 1. Melffy Joyous, this card was really good for this deck when it came out. You can detach a material, and then all your Melffy cards, including this, can attack directly. So it will be the way that you make Zeus in this deck quite a bit. So this is my optimal Zeus play, but it does have a different effect that if you don't need to go for Zeus, during your opponent's turn, you can target a beast card, which would be this or whatever you need. 1 beast succeeds, detach the materials from that, and then you can special summon beasts from your grave to the field. And that's just really good. It helps you recur your plays, and it helps you get back pieces that you need that got lost earlier. That's for those. Mannequin Cat, it's just here for a cute little play. Like it does help. It helps you link climb. It does have a 2,000 beat, 2,000 body, so it does help. You can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, and then you can special stat to their graveyard, and then you can special summon a corresponding attribute of the same type from your deck. So you can do things like summon a Zodiac piece from your opponent's graveyard. put it on their board, and you can summon an Earth, which is your whole deck. And then one of my favorite cards to summon off of this is the, if I can find it here, it is Pankratops. So if your opponent, like, there is a bunch of Earth in this now, not at Tri-Brigades, because Karis will usually be in the grave. With Tri-Brigade engines, there's Zodiac. There's a bunch of ways to get cards to your opponent's grave. Or that will be in the grave that give you a lot of targets. You can summon this from your deck for free off of Mannequin Cat. So it is really fun. Generic rank 2s. This Sandayu, it helps let you OTK, or it can save you if you need to stall out, and if you don't have a way to get over big beat sticks, then this is the card that you want to go for. Another cute play would be Asa, since your whole deck is Earth, essentially. You make this, you can take, you can snipe a Earth monster from your opponent's grave, and then special it to your field. So I take this, I like to target Zodiac cards, their main deck monsters, special it to your side of the field, and then there's a, you can summon Trident over that said card. So it's really fun. This card, you can, it just helps you link climb. It gives you a link, it gives you access to a link 3, it gives you a pop if you have it versus Zodiac, and then you can link climb into the next card. So after you take the Zodiac card, you can pop a card, and then you can link climb into Unicorn, and then shuffle up a way to get to another card. So those are pretty fun. The one of Synchro Herald, that you're gonna make this. That's why you play Hop here. Make Herald during your opponent's turn. The Tri-Brigade engine, we do one Farragut, one Rugal, and one Ominous. Now these are really fun. This is kind of how the deck gets where it wants to go. These are amazing cards, targets off of your Tri-Brigade cards. This is really fun because there's plays that you can make. So most people aren't even really resolving this effect that much. So, but this deck can quite a bit. You can, if you get this card set up plus Puppy in your hand, then you can start looping plays. You can get a pot. You can have this and Puppy, your opponent's special card. They can, you can summon out Kalantosa with your Puppy to get a pop, and then you get an extra banish off this card as well. This card is actually really good in this deck. I know people aren't really using its main deck effect, or its second effect to special from the grave, other than to link climb. But because it goes back to your hand in this deck, it's so good. You can bring back Melffy pieces to give you extra pieces. You can bring back Rescue Cats, give you cards like that to your hand. It's really good. It's more than just a link climbing card in this deck. And that's it for the Tri-Brigade parts. Genericos, you're going to summon this with your Karis. But this is a really good disruption card if you need to, it's good versus some decks, like things that can't be destroyed or whatever. Like, this card's really good. It's a good way to send pieces like Nerval and stuff as well if you need to discard things like Nerval or Buffalo. This is a good way to discard it and disrupt your opponent as well. We're going to do the Eagle and Apollosa. Eagle is only here to make Apollosa, and this deck, like I said with Tinky, I will show you a combo to where you can make Apollosa before you get mid, and it really does help. But that is it for the extra. We will finish off with the side deck for what I have for this format. This is mainly here for Drytron, because now that Drytron is going to be everywhere, this card is really nice. It's a way to side deck things. You need to, it does a lot now, I think. In my opinion, this card does a lot now, and it's kind of necessary for this format. And then 2 more ways to hit the graveyard, which is Ghost Spell. Definitely add these in. Like I said, when you play like Virtual Worlds and Eldritch and Drytrons, like, you need as much graveyard disruption as possible in this format, in my opinion. So that's it for the extra hand traps. I do play some back row removal, which is necessary now. I play the 3 Cyclone because they banish, and then the 1 of Feather Duster because it is Feather Duster. So that just definitely helps. We're gonna go into 3 evenly. Evenly. Like I said, you need as much ways to banish now as you can, because you cannot be leaving pieces in graveyards in this format. So this definitely does help. Like, you need to I think Evenly is really good now. And then we'll finish up with the barrier, probably the best card that I can play in this deck versus Drytrons, because this is the one play. This is the one card that does hit ritual summoning. So it's super necessary now. And plus it hits everything else. It stops, Zodiac XC summons and whatever. But it's super versatile, and I think one of the best cards that you can side right now. But thank you guys. That is it for the deck profile. I will try to get us some combos. So I appreciate the watch, and I appreciate you guys. Just let me know what you think, and see you on the next one. Alright guys, we are back. I just wanted to throw in some quick playstyle combo vids. I just want to show you what this deck can do and some of the plays that it has, and some of the reasons why I find this deck really fun. But we're going to get into some short little play tips. So we're going with Tinky. We're going to activate Tinky, and I will show you why this card is so powerful, and why I play the combo that I play, and why I play Buffalo instead of some other targets. And I don't play the Seymour version where you make like statues and stuff. Like, this is to me a safer play that can't be disrupted with cards like Nib. And I'm just going to show you what I like about it. So you're going to activate the Tinky. You're going to search for your Fractal. Then you're going to do standard Tri-Brigade plays. You're going to discard the Fractal, sending Nerval. Nerval then will add your Karis to your hand, and this is where this gets fun. So you just need any. So it's a one. I guess you could say 1.5 card. You just need any card that can be discarded off Karis, which is basically your entire deck. So we'll just even say something bricky like DD Crow, just to show you completely unoptimal things. You're going to summon out your Karis. Karis will banish 2. Now you're going to bring out your Firefist Eagle. Now this is summon 2. So Firefist Eagle effect will dump the Buffalo from your grave to your, from your deck to your grave. And then Buffalo, because you have Eagle, you don't pay cost. You special summon out Buffalo for free. This will be summon 3, and you're going to make a Apollosa with 3 materials on your 4th summon. So that's just play number 1. That's one of the reasons I play this combo in this variant. It's just that's one of my favorite cards to resolve is Tinky in this deck. That's one key thing. A easy thing too will be Mannequin Cat. So you just make whatever, if you have Rescue Cat, whatever you need, as long as you have materials to make Mannequin Cat, you can target a card like Ram to your opponent's field, and then you can special summon from your deck a, well, I wouldn't go with Ram because it would special them, but you can just, it can be any piece, but you can go with Pankratops. So Pankratops, you can have it to beat over, you can pop a card, back row, whatever you need. And yeah, that's just another play. And then after you do, you can either link climb, you can beat over, you can pop. That's another cute play. That's for that. Lastly, we're going to do another piece. We're going to, this is if you, all you gotta do is make Asa. Like I said, any way to get to just any 2 earth monsters, which is your whole deck. You can make Asa versus certain matchups like Zodiac again. You can special out a Ram to your side of the field, and then climb over with Trident, discard, get a pop on your opponent's turn, or get a pop, and then you can link climb into Unicorn, discard a card, spin another card back. That's a another combo that I really like in here. And then we're going to show you, for the people that somehow, if you still don't know what Melffy do, like this is absolute bare minimum. If you don't have anything else, this is just standard bare Melffy play. This is just a way to get to a disruption and a negate on your, and this is just a 1-card combo. This is if you have nothing else, but you can summon a cat, tribute off your cat, summon any 2 beasts. I do play 3 of each, so I just typically I like to get a couple of copies of these in the graveyard, so you can have easier Tribrigade plays. you will rank these up into wherever our extra deck is at. I'm sorry. Here we go. We're going to make Melffy the Forest. Discard a piece. So we will discard Cat. This will let you add a Melffy card to your deck to your hand. I will add Puppy, just so I can have some sort of disruption during my opponent's turn. We'll go to end phase. This will give you Puppy and Melffy the Forest. Now when your opponent normal summons or special summons, you can return this, summon a Kalantosa from your deck to pop a card on their field, and then this right here, since you did return a card from your field to your hand, this card becomes live. You can negate another monster, and then whatever you negate also cannot attack. So this helps you versus your big beat stick cards. So, but yeah. All right, guys, that's just that's a few plays. That's a few of the synergies that this deck can do, and I appreciate the watch. Yeah.